Well, hello guys. It's been a long time since I've actually made a video. Just been going through a lot of things with work, kids, and COVID and so on. But yeah, it's put a hamper and everything. But I finally got my engine back. I've been starting to put little things on, fixing to put the flywheel on, put the converter on, put the engine mounts in. And I'm gonna start dropping this in piece by piece. But yeah, it's been a lot going on. I got parts everywhere. I actually got a 392 intake manifold right here. It's ported. I had to get the short runner valve actuator separately. Got new seals. I had to get the 3 bolts to go on here as well. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting everything back together little by little, and I'll film it as I'm doing it. I have an engine stand, but at the time when I was taking out, it was raining, and this was the quickest way to do it, and just left it hooked up for now. But yeah, I'm fixing to start, and I'm gonna film it as I go. So I got the engine in. I couldn't record it and do it at the same time. It's too much work. So you have to turn the engine sideways, push it back down so you can fit the converter and everything into the transmission as you turn it, and you gotta be careful for these right here as well. So it's a lot of work. So right now I got it jacked up, and I'm fixing to put the bolts into the transmission to get it mounted up, because you can see, but they're not in yet. I gotta align it, gotta jack up the transmission, match up with the engine. Then bolt it up, put the starter in, put the headers on. Then I'm gonna start putting all of the wires and grounds and hoses and everything back on. Then it goes to the AC compressor, then to the alternator. I'm gonna do step by step. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. All right, I'll come back as soon as I do a little bit more, or I might film some things if I have a little bit of time. Well guys, this is the next day. Yesterday I did a little bit. I bolted up the transmission, got almost all the, actually I got all the grounds hooked up, just got some hoses and stuff. I hooked up the starter. The engine mounts are hooked up, except right here. I left these 2 bolts off on each side. That way when I put the headers on, damn truck, if I have to jack the engine up, I can actually fit the bolts in for the headers, because I gotta put them on next. Then once that's done, I'm gonna put on the accessories in the front, and the connector from here. Since I deleted the MDS solenoids, I'm gonna cut the 4 plugs off and just leave the 2 wires all the way back. I'm gonna heat shrink them, and I'm gonna hook that up. Then I'm gonna put the intake manifold, and yeah, it's coming together little by little. Yep. So guys, howdy. Yeah, I've been doing a lot. Haven't had much time to do anything else or record much of anything else. So let me show you what I've got done so far. I'm gonna take this box out. Pretty much put most of it back together. I haven't got the bumper attached yet because I got to do some cutting, get stuff prepped. But the engine's in, everything's hooked up. Literally all the wires, all the hoses, everything's hooked up. What I'm fixing to do is, let me show you. Pull the bumper off. I already cut the middle part of the support. It goes for the bumpers. It sits in here because I'm having to cut out this crash bar. I'm gonna cut it right here, move the sensor over, and cut it here, pull this whole side out. I'm gonna put an intercooler right here. Then I'm gonna build a mounting support bracket that attaches here, it comes up and across and back down. But I'm gonna need that for clearancing because there really isn't that much room. And I thought I was gonna mount the turbo right here, but it's just not enough room, and it's too close to the tires and a bunch of other stuff that I don't want melted, like the boots and everything down there. So what I'm gonna do is where I still got the rear mufflers, there's plenty of room down there. I'm gonna build a bracket, a support for it, turbo, and I'm gonna run the exhaust out to the back. I'm gonna rear mount the turbo, and I'm gonna pull a pipe out. It's gonna come all the way down, move around. It's gonna come through here. It's gonna come into the intercooler, and then another side is going to come back up through here, and it's going to come to here. So I figured that would be the best way, and probably, I mean, it's I mean, I got most of the exhaust still here. So I'm gonna just fabricate it and modify it to get it down to one pipe at the end. And I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, sorry I haven't recorded much videos of me doing all the installs. It's just hard since I'm doing it by myself. And yeah, it's a lot going on. I drained the fluid from the trans because I thought I was gonna do the stall converter. But the company I bought it from is FTI. They sent me the wrong one. And I didn't look at it a year until after I bought it. So when I was trying to see if it'll work, and it doesn't. And they said they can't do anything about it, so I'm gonna sell that. It's for an older Hemi model, so maybe I'll get another one and I'll swap it out later. But what sucks is the transmission fluid's extremely expensive. So I'm gonna have to fill that. Gotta put the coolant in, gotta put the oil in, and then, yeah. I'm gonna try to get a startup tune from a guy that's local and try to fine tune it before I do the turbo setup. And I'm gonna go from there. Alrighty. I mean, this is pretty cool. It's pretty simple to put this on. Come on, Dan. One-handed. It's hard with the one hand, but. I just put it there so it's off the ground. Alrighty. Just wanted to get you guys updated, and once I start doing all the turbo stuff, I'll make sure to record every step of it to make it easier if somebody else wants to try it as well. But for now, it's pretty much just simple stuff. Well, alright guys. I had a couple plans, but I'm not sure which route I'm gonna take. Either do the turbo above the hood, like Ruby does, but make the hood still fit, or I can cut this out all the way around here and have it tucked in under the hood. But I don't know. It'd be pretty ridiculous having it right here like this. Pretty heavy. So I don't know. I might start cutting that and see what I could do with it. Let's move all these wires before I cut it there. I covered the engine so nothing gets on it. Alright. Alright guys, I did some cutting. Cut out this whole thing down here. Still gotta figure out some more routing for the pipes. I gotta get another one of these because it's just gonna be in the way. I gotta get some smaller. So I can get the exhaust pipe, which is 5-inch pipe. It's gonna come, I'm gonna have to cut a hole through here. It's gonna come out of the fender right here. And this cold side pipe's gonna go down between the frame all the way down. I'm gonna have another one come from the other side, come through here and turn up right here. So I think I'm gonna figure it out, but I think that's a better option than having it out of the hood and not being able to drive it in the rain. But yeah, it's gonna sit right there. I think it'll work out. Keep them over sleeper look, but if that doesn't work out with the piping, I guess I'll have to do it the other way.